John Twist of University Motors. I want to make a brief video on adjusting rear brakes and the handbrake on an MGB. So I've got a brake adjuster. This is really nice. I don't know if you can see this tight 8-point 1/4 inch socket. This is the nuts. This makes it so easy. So I've got this guy. I'm going to come around and fasten this. I can get right underneath here. I don't have to get up anywhere close. There are other tools, and I can put this guy in here. The first thing you do is unscrew the adjuster all the way till it stops. All the way till it's okay. Then you take your grease and you paint. You can see there's a lot of grease on there right now, but you paint this adjuster with a lot of grease. Just number 2 NGLI red grease, just lithium based grease. Then we turn this adjuster in until he stops turning. And eventually you'll start to feel it turn 1/4 turn by 1/4 turn. There, I can feel it now. 1/4 turn by 1/4 turn. You turn it until the wheel is frozen. Don't get it so tight you snap it off. Oh my gosh, not that tight, but really snug. And then you back it off 1/4 turn by 1/4 turn until it just runs free. So you can see here, if I bring this one click in, 2 clicks in, there it's frozen. And if I back it off 1 click, 1/4 of a turn, it runs free. But don't leave it there, take it another 1/4 of a turn. Okay, just so you're sure that it's running nice and free. And of course you do that to the other side too. Once that's done, then you can adjust the handbrake. And it makes more sense to adjust the handbrake having 2 people. Now the workshop manual, the driver's handbook, says that the handbrake lever is supposed to come up 3 clicks. Click, click, click. Well, that's if you're in a right-hand drive car and you're reaching straight down, grabbing the handbrake handle, click, 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 that's tight enough. Okay, but you're not. You're in a left-hand drive car, except for my friends in Auckland and Perth and Cape Town and London. So we, left-hand drivers, we have to reach across the tunnel. Well, click, 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 you can barely reach it. So I like to have it up about 45 degrees, wherever is comfortable for you to have the handbrake. That's where you want to leave it. Let me show you how to do that. I had to step away for a moment and get some tools. So we got a 9/16 deep socket and a pair of bird beak. I call them bird beak. I don't know what they're professionally called. Bird beak vice grips. And I'm going to hold the cable itself from turning with the vice grips. It does have a flat on it. Looks like it'd be about a 3/8 or 7/16, but the vice grips grab it pretty nicely. And then you can put the socket on the front and either unscrew it to give you more lift or screw it in to give you less lift. And again, if it's a one-person job, here you are underneath, and you gotta turn it, and there's it comes to rest 180 out. Here you are with one person, so you gotta adjust it, go up, feel it. Does that feel right or not? You know, come back down, adjust it, go back up again. At this age, it gets tedious. If you got somebody else in the who can do it inside the car, it just makes it a whole lot handier. We're going to walk in back now and just take a look and see how this handbrake works and how it pivots. So the inner handbrake cable comes through the cable here and fastens to the left rear brake, and the outer sheath abuts on this swivel assembly here. You can see this swivel assembly moves, so that equalizes the pull from each side. So as you pull up on the handle, this guy moves this guy moves this way, but this cable is moving twice as much that way, and both the rear axles tighten up at the same time. So I was having a problem with this guy where I thought that the handbrake just didn't, there, this is snug. See, I wiggled him and he's still snug. I could tell because when I got out of the car, last time I drove it, I could feel the heat, the back of my hand, and I also used a pyrometer and shot it, and they were pretty toasty. So that's why I've got it up on the hoist. Anyway, doing it is just straightforward. The proper technique is slacking off the handbrake cable first, because when it went down to Don's Arco and he didn't know how to adjust the rear brakes, he adjusted the handbrake. You don't want to adjust the rear brakes from the handbrake. You want to adjust it from those 1/4-inch squares. So you back off the handbrake first, adjust the rear brakes, then adjust the handbrake. If you just put new brake shoes on, leave them a little bit loose, go out and drive it for a while, and they'll wear in, they'll bed in, and then come back and adjust it again. So that in the end, when you press on the brake pedal, it only moves about that far, and you're locked up. Of course, with a 75 through 80 with power brakes, once the engine starts to run and the servo starts to work, the brake pedal movement is a whole lot farther. But in the beginning, without the handbrake on, pedal should move just a little tiny bit. Anyway, that's a real fast one for handbrake adjustment. Till later, safety fast.